Welcome back, everybody. The Grand Tactician, the Civil War. I'm Grumpy Grandpa Gaming, and this is episode 9 of our Rebel Summer 61 campaign using the a.o.m mod. Now, last episode was a bit busy. Had quite a few battles. Didn't show all of them as they were kind of minor, but we fought in the battles of 5th Manassas, Virginia, Nashville, Tennessee, 4th Carrollton, Arkansas, 3rd Jackson, Tennessee, 6th Manassas, Virginia, and the Battle of Kingston, Tennessee, as the Federals kept going back and forth, attacking here in Manassas, attacking out this way, just bashing our heads against the wall that we have set. Not even the massive wall we have set up, it's kind of a light screening force. And looks like we do have another battle coming up right here where I ended it last episode. The Department of West Virginia approaching Cumberland Gap. But it is now March 30th of 1862, so I'm going to push forward to see if this battle kicks off, which it probably should. So they do have a 6,000 man advantage on us. And a 15 gun advantage, but this force hasn't fought yet as far as I know. Or as far as I recall. So, probably break fairly easily. And then we're going to start getting our troops on the move on their spring offensive plans, which we're actually going to discuss right now. So, plans for the spring offensive. My corps, the Traveling Harem. Why is it not clicking on it? Ooh, got a second perk. And Flying Column is going to drive straight up to Peoria. Secure that before moving on to Chicago. Army of the Mississippi under Lee is going to go to St. Louis and follow that with Quincy and Davenport. And the Army of Western Tennessee is going to go secure Cairo, but stay in the vicinity of Tennessee, operating along this river line here. My intention for the spring campaign is cutting off the federal forces in the west, securing Missouri to the southern cause, and seizing Illinois, and holding it until the next spring, where we'll continue our offensive eastward across Indiana into Ohio. So basically taking a reverse Mississippi River strategy against the United States, kind of a reverse Anaconda plan. Even though we don't have the naval assets to pull off a full Anaconda plan, we are going to take the Mississippi River strategy and just drive it northwards instead of the Federals driving south on us, which is the intent for this campaign. Once that is complete, we will just start pushing eastwards. So pretty cut and dry. And also along with that, the Army of Missouri is going to actively seek out combat with the Department of West and hopefully secure the supply depot at Rolla to help support the advance on St. Louis. And the Indian Army is going to drive straight up towards Leavenworth in Kansas. And I don't know if the Department of Kansas is still there or not, but we're going to actively seek out this force and engage. It's a very small force, so hopefully they'll engage us. And I do have the Army of the Peninsula, which is just not going to be in position in time, is going to be heading out here towards Pawnee Rock to take down I can remember the name of this fort, Fort Larned. Then from there, travel north along the Oregon Trail up to Kearney and take down Fort Kearney. So just securing all the western approaches and severing ties for the Union out to California. That's my plan for right now. We'll see how much of this I can actually pull off. And then once the Department of Norfolk has finished constructing this fort out here, which is going to be another 31 days, I'll have them shoot back down here towards Kingston, build another fortification here in the mountains where the Army of Occupation fought us, because it looks like they might still be in the area, judging by this blue blob here, and either engage that force themselves, or they're still going to build a fortification, possibly engage that force itself, and then continue building up our communications lines out here in the west and following along behind our forces, making sure we have plenty of communications going on. So I spent a lot of time. This is not the original trunk line here, the deep red. Deep red original trunk line runs down this way. This is the new trunk line I built, and I want to continue building that communications network along. Especially once getting out here towards Mississippi River, I want to have good contact with my forces out here. Alright, now then, we do have another viewer unit to recruit. And that's actually going to go up there. You're going to be going to the Army of Western Tennessee. Nope, you're full. Who is short? It's going to be a full brigade. I still do have some regiments left. Not everybody is... It's going to be an infantry brigade, so it's not going to the Indian Army. That's all mounted rifles and cavalry. Looks like it might be going to the Army of Eastern Tennessee, possibly. Yeah, they got these 3 undersized regiments here, so it's definitely... Oh, wait, that's cavalry. What do these brigades look like? Any of these Georgia brigades? It's going to be a Georgia unit. Tennessee, Tennessee. So I can combine these 2 down. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Army of Eastern Tennessee. And still have just enough men for it. So light gray, and it wasn't light gray all around, but I kind of like the light gray and sky blue color pattern on the uniforms. It looks good on the map. And this will be the Fort Oglethorpe Sharpshooters for Randall. I'm going to be kind of stuck with the mixed smoothbores for right now until better weapons become available to us. And you're definitely getting replaced. Where are you from? You're from Tennessee, so you're getting replaced. You need a Georgian in command of Georgians. And let's go with seniority. Jackson. Looks like it's going to be Jackson for right now. He's the most senior colonel from Georgia. And it'll take 35 days for them to recruit. Let's turn off the front lines there. Alright, even though it still shows us in winter quarters, we're going to start moving everybody. Alright, so Army of Western Tennessee, you are going straight up to Cairo. My harem. We're going to travel straight up to Springfield. And Army of the Mississippi, you are going to St. Louis. I'm not going to put anybody on the river, as I know there are federal ships. Like, we do have 2 fleets down here. I don't know if they have any squadrons up here outside of Cairo, so... Traveling by land. So we are officially beginning the spring offensive. A few days early, but it's officially beginning. Let's hit play here and see if we're going to get this combat or not. And here they come. Looks like it might be a March 31st or April 1st battle. And this is an interesting map. I do like this map. If they don't give us a random map, it should be the Cumberland Gap map. It's a nice map to fight on. Very mountainous terrain. Here we go. Department of West Virginia with 14,606 infantry, 2,252 cavalry, and 27 guns under command of Samuel Carter. Really? Going up against our Army of Eastern Tennessee with 8,946 men, 1,800 cavalry, and 10 guns under command of Crittenden. Alright, let's go jump into this one. Welcome, my grunts, to the Battle of Cumberland Gap. Like I said, we did get the Cumberland Gap map, and like I said, this is not a map you get to see very often in this game. Not a lot of fighting usually happens out this way. So I'm very happy to get this one. We are defending down here at the Gap itself, along a Poor Valley Ridge, and defending the Cumberland Gap Road, or the Kentucky State Road. Federals are coming in up here by the Widow Davis Farm. So they're going to be coming straight down the road at us. Let's just do a quick setup here. We don't have much in the way of forces to deploy. And thankfully, with the way this terrain is set up, I mean, they can come across country and fight us, but it's not the best terrain in the world to be attacking along. Alright, Armistead. I'm going to pop you right down in the center. Who's got the rifles? You do, but I'm going to have you build breastworks, get your levels up. I'm going to put Zollikoffer's Knoxville Division right behind him. I got 2 batteries that are directly attached to my corps commander. I did not set up a division for them. And we're not going to get the best. Probably should. 12-pound iron Napoleons. Both 12-pound iron Napoleons. You got 5 guns. You got 5 guns. So we're going to offset this a little bit. So I want the guns right on the road with the best arc of fire to send canister at the Federals. Actually, put both batteries right there in the center. And Withers Cavalry Division. More of a cavalry brigade because it's just a couple of regiments. I'm going to have you guys sit out over this way because they may try to scoot around us on this road. But they got to come right at us to get to this objective point. But I'm going to have them sit here in the wood line. Just in case. What the hell happened here? What's with all the jumping around? You know what? Just gonna make sure they're mounted. Everybody's the same way. We'll just dismount them after I hit play. I'm going to get these guys starting to build on some breastworks, and I'll come back in once we have contact with the Federals. Alright, it's now going on 9 in the morning. We do have our first sighting on the Federals. They got here a lot faster than I thought they would. So they must have started out a little more advanced down the road than I initially envisioned them starting. So we're not going to have our breastworks done to receive them. Doesn't really matter. We are in woods as it is. Infantry, lay down. You boys, stop what you're doing. Same with you boys. They got here really fast. That's right there. We'll have you lay down. And it looks like they want to avoid possibly coming straight down the main road at us. You're right there. Give them the orders. Not really an experienced force. I can't expect much out of them. Lay down, please. We got here West Virginia Brigade. 1st West Virginia Battery B. The rest of them are back that way still. Oh, their morale's at 36 to our 57. I didn't realize how bad it was, but they just marched straight down here from Northwest Virginia, so probably not the best condition. All right, now go counter battery. Take out that battery to your front, please, before they start firing on us. They're causing quite a few casualties to that infantry brigade. There's a Gibraltar brigade. I mean, they're coming down unsupported. The West Virginia Brigade's already getting ready to break. Well, give me some skirmishers. We're going to see this battery off right now. You boys just go back to fire at will. You're still moving, jeez. Everybody but the one brigade in this unit has mixed muskets. I desperately need more weapons. Skirmishers hit the West Virginia Brigade. You might actually see them off before the brigade closes on the main line. These guys are in some cover, but they're getting ready to break. Give me some skirmishers also, and then lay your boys down. And there they go already. Alright, recall your skirmishers. The whole point was just to chase that brigade off, and we have accomplished that. Skirmishers in. You know, I hate that when skirmishers come in, this units stand back up, whether you want them to or not. Alright, be a little bit before we have an assault going on, so I'll be back. Alright, it's now 10 a.m. and the infantry and cavalry are pushing forward. At these guys seeing off the skirmishers that took over those guns. Keep coming, a little closer, boys. Alright, stand up. Get those rifles to work. Now, if they're going to shove most of their forces this way, which I hope they do, I'm going to swing in the 3 brigades out this way on their flank. Lay back down for the moment. Let them push in closer. These boys are coming out this way. Alright, Mahone, push in. Stand up, boys. Oh, beautiful volley right there. It's like they thought there was nobody there. Alright, push in on them. Oh, this couldn't have worked out better. There we go. See them off. Break these fools. Push in. Did take a few casualties. Well, it's taking a lot of casualties, but they can fire faster than we can. That's the problem. And their cavalry's definitely more well armed than we are. So they're gonna have plenty of horse flesh for supper. Comes infantry back behind the lines, boys. Let's pull it back. Rather, this brigade, please. This is the one I combined down, and so their morale's not that good, apparently. You boys on fire at will, right? Yeah. Should be firing at that infantry coming down the road. Don't aim at the retreating cavalry, damn it. Why are you boys not firing? Won't take too much more to see them off. They're down to 20.9 on their morale, so they're going to be leaving soon. Oh, now you boys are firing again. What are you boys doing? Get the hell back here. Rally that brigade, damn it. Just breaking one of these brigades should do it. You lost your gun. What about you boys? Nope. All right. Come on, step into canister range. Some skirmishers. We should be able to see these boys off with just skirmishers at this point. They're actually coming in an assault wave. I'm a little surprised. We call these skirmishers. This is not a good place for them to be. Alright, Colston, they got their flank to you. Push on it. Ooh, Waltham's taking a lot of casualties. Push. Damn mixed muskets, no range. Get moving, damn it. Yep, there they go. Because it wasn't going to take much more to see them off. 7 minutes on the clock here. See if we can put some additional casualties at least. We're taking additional casualties because of this, but they are taking far more than us. What are you boys doing? Zep Brigade. I need them to break and drop weapons is what I need them to do, because I am in desperate need of them. Oh, ran out of time. Alright, we lost 604 of our 8,943 infantry, 0 of our cavalry, 1 of our 10 guns to counter battery fire, total loss of 609 of our 10,923 men. Took down 1,300 of their 16,000 infantry, 400 of their 2,400 cavalry. We only got 5 of their 35 guns. Total loss of 1,700 of their 19,000 men. Not our best showing, but all we have is mixed muskets, so we're not doing the best fighting in the world either. Alright, take a quick look at the paperwork, see if we got any of their officers. We didn't lose anybody. Separate brigade. Wounded Colonel Bowles, 2nd West Virginia Cavalry. Wounded Hamilton. Charles Hamilton, yep, same one I'm thinking of. It says 3rd Division, but they don't have, it's the only division they have. Now we got 2 of their officers. Alright. Get closed out of here and I'll see you all at the newspaper screen. A victory at Cumberland Gap. Department of West Virginia fleeing in panic. Looks like one of my battery commanders became a national hero, and General Denver. Denver lost face from that fight. Okay. Is he a division or a brigade commander? Battle of Cumberland Gap has ended with the Department of West Virginia retreating in panic. The enemy has reportedly suffered total casualties of 1,714 men. There were 265 killed and 299 captured. Our casualties total 609 men, with 69 killed, 73 missing, and the rest are wounded. We've captured 617 rifles. I was really hoping for a lot more than that. And 1 gun from the field, and sent 278 soldiers off to our vacation camps. Now, last time I checked, I think Andersonville had actually filled up and was overflowed, but they haven't sent anybody down to my Texas camps, really. Alright, they got the numbers down on Andersonville, so they're starting to send some of those off to the Texas camps. Yep. Yeah. I don't know why they built these 3 camps on top of each other. I didn't build them. The AI did. They're all right on top of each other. We got plenty of space for Federals, so don't have to worry about them overrunning it anytime soon. Alright. I'm going to pull Hardy back and send him over to Kingston. Because I think Army of Occupation is still in the area, so I'm going to unmask Nashville here to take a look over that way. Hopefully they don't move against Nashville while I'm gone. But I'll be back with the next incident. Alright, it's now April 1st, and things are underway. So, literally it's only just 1 day further along, because I forgot what day it was, and we're coming up on the April monthlies anyway. But we're already making some distance with the traveling Harriman is just about to cross the border into Kentucky. Army of Mississippi is right behind them. Army of Western Tennessee right behind them. And we've already caught sight of the Federal Army of the Mississippi, which is camped at New Madrid just south of Cairo. So I'm thinking Cairo is going to be open for grabs because they are sitting outside of it. Army of Missouri and the Indian Army have not begun moving yet, but they are still awaiting their orders, as I do have any telegraph communications where they are. So it's going to take them longer to get their orders. Like I said, it is time for the monthlies. So, economy. Current rate of our nation is BB+. We currently owe $565 million. But we did have a tax revenue increase of $90 million, which is not much. That's a drop in the bucket. We didn't construct any buildings last month. Total export volume was $310 million out, with 323 coming in, so almost even on. And average core production over the last 3 months was $147 million, a change of negative 4.5 compared to the previous month. But that should start changing soon as we're coming out of the winter. And our economy lacks all the same things it usually does: iron, locomotives, artillery, ammunition, and some we're always short of. Come over here to finances. Yeah, we're still spending 574 million that we're bringing in total revenue. It said we increased by 90 million, but that's what we brought in. That's all that we brought in. So we're spending 574 million more than we are bringing in, which is something I do have to rectify at some point. Intelligence. And the Federals are working on the Emancipation Proclamation, which is going to hurt me and my push for British intervention. Though I think this should be locked out until they actually get a major victory. I think Emancipation Proclamation, just like it was historically, should be locked behind receiving a single major victory at least. There should be a lock on that. It looks like they have recruited no new brigades and start construction on 5 more ships. And morale of their armies is down to 69%, but they've spent the last month just beating their heads against our wall. So, I mean, that is what it is. Coming over to strategy, national morale, they're at 87 to our 98. National support, they're at 84 to our 95. Morale of armies are at 69 to our 92. Men fielded, they have 287,089 in the field to our 208,854. So not that great of a difference in personnel in the field. Navy tonnage, they're at 156,870 tons to our 34,870, which we're never really ever going to get it that high, but I'm doing what I can. Battles won, they're at 12 to our 35. Some of these battles are naval victories, so not actual land battles. Total casualties, they're at 52,489 to our 20,079. So we are coming along. Weapons orders, still lagging behind. I do have some more Frank Westons I can hand out now, probably to at least 2 more regiments. James rifles are still incoming. Another 171 days for that order to complete because I ordered 128 of them. We did have more Enfields arrive. And this order will be done in 57 days. A commenter brought up that it was faster from the last video, because I was saying something about in the last video. That historically, the European weapons were faster to procure than producing them ourselves. And I'm just thinking they do need to slow this down a little bit, because I only ordered these things about 2 months ago. So my reasoning behind them nerfing the delivery on the Enfields is the orders got to get placed, get to Europe. The stocks have to be put into order, and they're already going to be built. The arsenals are full of weapons. I mean, Europe has a massive military-industrial complex during this time period. So the weapons are produced already, but they got to be loaded on the ship and brought back over. You could argue the point that, as soon as the war kicked off, you're going to have profiteers that bought up like all the spare stocks and loaded them on ships and just sent them in order to sell them, which would be a smart idea. But for gameplay purposes, I think there should be at least, at a minimum, 8 months per delivery. No matter what the number you order, it should take 8 months for them to get the order placed and have the weapons brought back across. It should be at a minimum 8 months. And I do have some Lorenzes to hand out, so apparently I captured a bunch. That's good. Mississippi's are taking forever to produce, but a lot of the ones we are producing are going to units that already have them in the field to plus up their numbers. And that's a big reason why this is such a low number. And Hawkins, these things just take forever to build. 5,620 have been delivered, but I don't think I have that many actually handed out. And the mixed rebores should be produced faster than they are. They already have a standardization of 10. 3,200 been delivered, another 309 days. So with the rebored muskets, it shouldn't take that long, because literally what they are doing is reboring the muskets and adding rifling. So it really shouldn't take as long as it does. The rebored muskets should be sped up. This is a weapon system that should be like the European weapons. I think should be nerfed to a set period. The rebored muskets, you should be able to produce these faster than you do. Because literally all they're doing is adding rifling, maybe replacing worn out barrels, but it shouldn't take as long as it does. I think that's it for my orders. Yeah, we already got all the 12-pound Napoleons delivered. I'm not going to order any more of these, as we're capturing plenty of artillery from the Federals. And you know what? Forgot to take a look at the fleets. Where are my new ships at? Even though the Massachusetts and Virginia were already in the water, they are just taking forever to get up into readiness. NASA's at 57%. She's been in dock since the start of the campaign. And the Atlanta and the Georgia, one of these is going to get renamed to a viewer name. Still 332 days away from completion. Those are going to take forever to get in the water. All right, policies. We have finished on Diplomacy 4. We are now working on Military 2. As soon as that is finished, we'll go down into support the Mexican intervention. So even if they pop off the Emancipation Proclamation, we should still get a fair amount of good use out of the intervention system. As soon as that is done, we're going to pop over to Government Funding 1, because we desperately need to get our economy running better than it is. As soon as that is done, we're either going to go to... I'm probably going to skip on the Tariff Act. I may do a level of print notes. It's not something I usually do. It's something I usually avoid at all costs, but I could use the extra $60 million a year. After that, we'll go into King Cotton 2, and then restrict the cotton trade. And then move along from there. Alright, projects. What do we have available? Send envoys, yes. That just ran us up to 60%. I have enough to send them twice. There we go. 65% on the intervention. Cotton is king. Boom. 70%. Yes, yes, and yes. We are running that number up. So even with the Emancipation Proclamation getting ready to pop, we still have this really high. So it's not going to take us much to get that pushed, I'm hoping. What do we got over here? I'm not going to take Confederate rifles. They're just not going to produce fast enough. This isn't one of those campaigns where I'm going production only like I have in the past. Pirate rifles, Confederate guns, rifle artillery, not taking any of that. Organization reform. This is something we do need. So we'll pop off on that. Cavalry reform, we do need that. Artillery reform, we need that. And I guess we'll take the cavalry reform while we're at it. Get all the reforms out of the way. And that's it for now. I did want to get more recruitment offices running because I could desperately need the men also. We don't have a lot of men available to us. I mean, we got 62,000 volunteers, but not a lot from any one state. Except Florida. Florida's actually got quite a few men available. Holy crap. And South Carolina, which I really haven't dipped into yet. I haven't dipped into the Carolinas. They're usually like a last resort for me dipping into, because there's always a lot of men that come out of there, and they're great as a last resort dip in. Because I can quickly reinforce the Eastern Coast armies and send their brigades they already have out west. It just works better that way. Alright, I think that covers everything, so once again, I'll be back. Alright, it's now April 3rd, and we have our first true engagement of the offensive with the traveling harem coming into contact with the Army of Tennessee. So as we were approaching Cairo, I noticed the Army of Tennessee was encamped over here at Paducah. So I split off the harem to go engage that, with the Army of the Mississippi continue up to Cairo and points further north. I'm probably going to send them down to engage the Army of the Mississippi and have these two fight each other, as they're on almost equal terms in numbers. So the Army of Western Tennessee doesn't have to handle it, and give them the first combat experience. So Army of Tennessee with 21,232 infantry, 685 cavalry, and 16 guns is going up against the traveling harem on the command of my avatar, consisting of 24,532 infantry, 2,893 cavalry, and 43 guns. So let's jump in here and hopefully get rid of my Corps' first battle jitters. Welcome, my grunts, to the Battle of Paducah, Kentucky. So we are on the offensive, as we should be, and we're coming in from all the way down south here, south of the Hoe Farm. And we were attacking up here at this point, which is a general location a lot for, yeah. It says Proud Run. The entire thing's Proud Run. It should have a Ford name up here. So this is usually a point of attack for this map. So my plan for this engagement is we're not marching down this road. We got the run to our left, which really constricts our movements. We could cross over here at the Davis Farm along the railroad tracks and attack from this direction, which is kind of what I'm edging for. But I'm also thinking about coming up this way into this field here to set my corps up to sweep through the woods in this direction, which I'm thinking might be the better option. Actually, I think we should attack from this direction because we might be able to... I kind of get the feeling the Federals are not going to be set up on the railroad line for defense. If we attack from this direction, they can set up behind the rail line for cover. Plus, we're going to have the woods as cover. We're going to have to attack through that. Yeah, okay. That's what we're going to do. We're going to come up this way towards Proud Peak and attack out of the woods from Proud Peak itself. So it's already 12:30 in the afternoon. We're not going to have this engagement start today as I maneuver my forces in position. Hopefully we don't have it started today. We're going to start with a dawn attack. Alright, it's now 16:20. We're going on 16:20 of day one. Daylight's running away from us, and the Federals saw us marching along this road here up towards Proud Peak, and they have turned out of position along the river here. So I'm assuming they were set up along this track here, down to here. I don't see these forces right now, and I've seen nothing along Proud Run itself. And I do have my cavalry forward with the vedettes out. Let's just run you guys up towards the edge of the woods, get a better sighting. But I'm going to start moving the 1st Division down along the railroad line here. This is something we absolutely have to take advantage of. Yeah, that's actually a good spot because they can start crossing right there. Emu Brigade forward. Tiefling Infantry, you're going to pull in next to them. And the New York Copperheads, you're going to come over this way. And the Swedish Chefs, I'm going to pull in right there. There's no way I cannot take advantage of this. If I wait for a morning assault, the Federals will be in position to recover and fight us off. So we need to take advantage of this right now. And force them to come at us, which is even better. So it looks like the only thing that's not going to be taking part in the fight for right now is Pemberton Artillery Division, as they are still coming up the road, tripping over themselves as usual. All the infantry and cavalry actually had really good marching order coming up here. The winter of training did do them some good, though it shows them as having poor training because I didn't do any training reforms yet, but the winter apparently was not wasted, so... I'm wondering, do I send the cavalry out ahead along the creek bed here while the infantry comes up? And have them go out and loose order along the creek bed to receive the Federals for their... and they do have entrenchment. They were... I was never going to go up this road anyway. But they have entrenchments right here. I was never going to go up that way. It's a good thing I was choosing not to go that way. That's a dangerous spot. But they're letting us in right behind them and not reacting. They're going to start reacting, but not quite yet. Okay. So, 2nd Georgia Cavalry. Let's go. Bill's Butchers. And we'll have you coming right there. This is just until the infantry arrives. I'm not going to be leaving the cavalry out exposed like this. Now, I'm giving orders to brigades individually, since those will arrive right away instead of having to wait for orders coming down from Corps Commander. I'm going to order Drayton's division as a whole from the Corps to swinging down this way, because they got to come down through the woods. It's going to take them a while to get in position. And Rain's division, I'm going to swing it up here. And I got to change your arrival point. You know, they'll probably still arrive there around sundown. Actually, I could send them up there to fire across the river into the Federals over here. So that's actually not too bad of a position. They can attack us from across the ford, but by the time they get to us, that'll be a different story. So we'll have you swinging along those rail lines. If I can, I'll send the cavalry over to support them. As soon as the infantry's in position, I'm moving the cavalry out anyway, so I can have the cavalry cover that ford. Alright, it's going to be a while before my troops are in position, so I'll be back. Alright, it's now 0700 at day 2. I am in position behind the Federals now, in control of the objective point. We did take almost 400 men in casualties overnight to attrition. That's 1.2% of our force. The Federals lost nobody, as their morale... We both started with low morale, but their morale came up to over 57 during the day. I thought holding Proud Run would raise my morale, but apparently it has not. Yeah, raise it a little. I'm sitting at 39.8. Hopefully the longer I hold it, the more my morale will go up, but we do have low morale. This is this Corps' first battle, and we're in Federal territory. My artillery, sadly, never caught up to me. So they're in a separate deployment zone altogether. I'm going to try and get them as close as possible. Once again, I'm thinking about setting them up along the railroad line here, and I'm going to have the cavalry screen them. So I'm hoping the Federals just try to push right up the road here. I had the Emu Brigade setting up some additional breastworks right here so they have a better angle of fire down the road, without having their flank turned onto it. With the Tiefling Brigade to their left, Swedish Meatballs in the center, New York Copperheads there. I have Rain's division to their left, with the Wildcat Brigade, the White Lightning Brigade, Robertson's Battery, and the Janzika Legion. One thing I did not mention at the start of the battle, I meant to scrub bubbles if you were watching. I actually never did recruit your 58th Virginia Infantry, as I actually ran out of Virginians. Your brigade's on the standby list until more Virginians are available. Or if you would like, I can recruit them from a different state, because I do have troops available from the Carolinas. Or you could just wait until I have some Virginians available once I have the draft act kicked off. It's your call. Just let me know what you'd like to do. Now let's hit play and see where the Federals are. Looks like they're still there. Now they're moving away from us. We do have skirmishers on this side of the river, but let's bring our guns down here. Cavalry. Now we'll take care of the skirmishers with some skirmishers from Steuben here. Hopefully the emus finish up this breastwork soon, as the Federals are on their way. And actually, what I should have done is bring these guns down to begin with. Let's bring your guns over here, please. The only reason these skirmishers are here is I think they glitched out across the river when they sent them out from brigades originally. Yeah, they are all coming this way. Actually, let's shift this line out like this. It looks like they're just all like coming down the road at me, so that works. You guys stop building. You boys have your orders already. Okay. Actually, cavalry, since they are all coming down the road that way, let's move you boys up here. And I need my corps commander over where the action's at. What are you doing back here? That looks like a good little hillside right there. Oh, these guys blocking your fire. Oh, join your fire onto that battery along with the emus. It looks like they're firing at them. Hopefully we can cause enough casualties where it's going to be a morale difference. Alright, call your skirmishers in. I think they're just in the way at this point. The skirmishers are taking no casualties. You gotta be kidding me. Then again, we're trying to fire at these guys in like a pit over here. It's just not going to work out too well for us. We still have not received your orders, but my corps commander was pretty far away. Come on, artillery, get in position, please. Give you some double time orders, but I don't think that's going to make a difference. Let's say, I know you boys have recall orders. Move the hell out of the way. They are moving out into the woods. Okay. You guys finally have your orders to move. Emus are leveling up pretty nicely. Good. Just watching that tick run forward and forward. Free target practice right here. think you boys are just wasting ammo at this point. Maybe not. These boys are just taking it. But this army has fought before, so they don't have the first battle jitters. And it looks like they've reinforced heavily since the last fight. Let's just halt this battery. They're going to be in no position to help us in these woods. I'm going to end up detaching them. Most of the fighting is going to be happening off in the woods over here, unless the Federals start shifting their troops over. And Zeke is make a beeline for them. Just going to detach you. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that experience bar jump. They're not even firing back at us. They're just marching in. There they are. A little late, boys. I guess they're trying to move into cover. Alright, emus lay down. Get as much cover as we can get. So tieflings are about to start opening fire on this cavalry if they push any closer. And Copperhead's actually opening up earlier. Okay. There goes that brigade. And because they're lying down, the Steuben shoots in with their Hawkins are actually joining in. Emus are getting ready to break. And that's why I have a reserve division. Alright, they're moving out of the woods back towards the road, but that's going to leave their flanks open to us to fire into them. So I'll take that. Oh god, you guys still have reboards. I didn't go and do my weapons issuance at the end of the month like I usually do. I totally forgot. Got to do it right after this battle. Tieflings are opening up, and they're setting their flanks onto them, which is even better. Now you boys are sitting in canister range. Oh yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Yep, there went the emus. It's against the first battle. Hopefully he does not get defamed for this. Their flanks are in the air. We're taking advantage. Now, if only the artillery had been in position before they started coming down the road, they could have gotten a lot of good flank shots in there. I had thought we were going to have to worry a little bit. Their commander is just kind of really screwing us up. The time to do this would have been last night when I was moving into position. These guys are all stuck down a bowl here like it's the Battle of the Crater. Take full advantage of it, boys. Take full advantage. Amy, get your men turned that way. Alright, we're pushing the advance. Push into them. He can never really caught up. There's my avatar. Get over here and start rallying. Our cavalry's about in position. Alright, boys. Crap, I should have left them across the river. They are retreating at my artillery. Georgia regulars, get over here. Now. Bill, get your butchers down here. Airwood horse. You guys chase down that battery. Hell you boys did. And there they go. 15 minutes left on the clock. Plenty of targets to fire into right there with these nice long-range weapons. They just have a really crappy reload. Come get this artillery, please. Emus reform? Not yet. No, morale's way too low. Don't let them get away. Finish them off. Amy, take some vengeance for your dearly departed husband. I gotta say, this battle went really well. Went a lot better than I really thought it was going to. Look at this infantry. For this Corps' first battle, it couldn't have gone any better. Now, if only emus hadn't broken. Because they almost got to their first perk. They almost got there. Oh. Those butchers broke. Damn it. I just fired them. There we go. Get those carbines I spent all that money on to work. And it looks like they finished off that battery. Come get these guys. And we are out of time on the clock. That went really well. I cannot believe I marched in on the objective from the rear and the AI didn't react. I mean, wow. Smith deserves all the blame for this loss. I highly doubt he's going to take all the blame. I'm very doubtful of that. So we took down 2,600 of their 20,000 infantry. We got 55 of their 650 cavalry. Got all 20 of their guns. Total loss of 2,800 or 21,000 men. We lost 603 of our 24,528 infantry, 155 of our 2,891 cavalry, 743 guns. Total loss of 782 of our 28,020 men. But remember, about 350 of those casualty numbers are actually from overnight attrition. Because our morale was really low at the start of the fight. This should be a nice big bump on it. Back away from the firing. Now let's go through the paperwork. See how everybody did. Okay, Alcorn's cavalry divisions. Bill's Butchers did 15 infantry, 21 artillery, took 2 prisoners, for a total of 38. Yorkshire Yeomanry Harewood Horse did 37 infantry, captured 1. 25 artillerymen taken, for a total of 63. 2nd Georgia Cavalry Brigade did 22 artillery, captured 48, for a total of 70. Division total of 171. Drayton's Division. Steubenschützen did 755 to infantry, 2 to artillery, for a total of 757. Empire Rebels got nothing in there. 1st Georgia Regulars did 47 infantry. Butler's Battery did 79 infantry, 4 to cavalry, 1 artillery, for a total of 85. Division total of 889. That was Drayton's Division. Rains Division. Janzika Legion did not get into the fight. Wildcat Brigade did 174 to infantry, 17 to artillery, for a total of 201. White Lightning Brigade did 65 to infantry, and Robertson's Battery did 1 artillery. Division total 267. Gregg's Division. Emu Brigade. Even though they broke, they're going to get the Grumpy Seal of Approval for this battle. Did 601 to infantry, 11 artillery, for a total of 612. New York Copperheads did 149 to infantry, 32 to cavalry, 9 artillery, for a total of 194. Tiefling infantry did 505 to infantry, 8 to cavalry, 10 to artillery for a total of 528. Almost outdid the emu brigade. They came close. They came close. Swedish chefs firing off their Swedish meatballs. Did 95 to infantry, 1 to cavalry, 12 to artillery for a total of 108. Division total 1,442. Pemberton's division. Oddball's artillery, which was basically the only battery firing towards the end there, did 38 to infantry. That's not too bad. And the boomstick battery did 6 to infantry, 7 to cavalry, total 13. Division total 51. If this battery had actually been in position, because these are all 14-pound James rifles, I'm sure they would have done a lot of damage if it had actually gotten into position. All right, officers, commander report. Now, I've got to take a look here at Greg Emuson. Doesn't look like he's defamed. All right, doesn't look like he got defamed. Swedish chefs actually got rated as the best battalion, really. That's not good. 24-month contracts, but they're up in 6 months? That can't be right. That's not right. Huh. Okay, it doesn't look like he got defamed. Good. All right, Federals, did we get any of their officers? Because we didn't lose anybody. All right, we wounded Osborne. Thomas Osborne, battery commander. William Davis. Nope, he's not wounded. Brigadier General Cullum is wounded. Okay. 1 battery commander, 1 brigade commander. Lieutenant Colonel Bradley, another battery commander. Division commander, Colonel Canby, is wounded. Alright, so we got 3 of their officers. That's actually not too bad. Could have been better, but, I mean, taking down division commander, that's a big deal. I really thought we were going to get their corps commander, because he was kind of out. He was sitting with his staff at some place he should have not been. Alright, we get closed out of here, and I'll see you all at the newspaper screen. Victory at Paducah. Army of Tennessee fleeing in panic. Somehow Colonel Anderson lost face. I'm not sure how. I don't understand that. But our morale's so low, he's got to come out of command. So I don't understand how that happened. We got to take a look at which brigade he's in command of. The enemy's reportedly suffered total casualties of 2,855 men. There were 488 killed and 574 captured. Our casualties total 782 men, with 62 killed, 407 missing, and the rest are wounded. We've captured 1,262 rifles and 5 guns from the field. Sent 563 soldiers off to our vacation camps. Let's keep that on pause. Anderson. Oh, Commander. Oh, because they broke after not too much fighting. Shit. And they're a Kentucky unit, which means they're low morale. Yeah, I knew those contract numbers were wrong. They got 18 months left. It should be more than that, though. Alright, he's temporarily coming out of command. As long as I take him out of command, he'll recover faster. And I'll put him back in command once his fame recovers. That's what I'm going to have to do here. Because we do not have a lot of state support from Kentucky. It's at 39. And which is probably why they did break. So he's got to get replaced temporarily. He's going to go back in command. But for right now, he's got to go. We'll put a political officer in charge for now. Help bump up state support a little bit if there are any available. Oh, that's professional. I want political. Crossland, looks like you're getting a big jump in rank. This is just to help with the state support for now. Don't worry. Bill the Butcher will be back in command. Let's get this rolled off. Rebels on the move. Confederate armies invade the north. Northern citizens fearful. Union forces skedaddle. Davis congratulates the troops. I'm highly doubtful of that. That newspaper came in way too fast. Alright, we're actually going to halt you. Because I want you to engage the Army of the Mississippi. Alright, Hiram, we need to get you on the move again. Up to Peoria. Alright, you guys have halted, so we're going to send you down. Engage the Army of the Mississippi. And Army Western Tennessee is going to hold there at Cairo as planned. See what's going on around the map. Alright, Army of Missouri is advancing up towards Springfield. Army of the West is there blocking them with 25,000 men. So that's going to be an interesting fight. Indian Army is about to cross the border into Kansas. Department of Kansas is still there. It looks like they're still at 2,200 men, but they may or may not be there. That information is from August 11th of last year. It's now April 4th. So that information's 8 months old. So they could be there. Good possibility they're not. Armed Peninsula is on the move up towards Fort Smith, and from there they'll head out towards Pawnee Rock. How much longer? We haven't really moved the time on this construction here. It's still another 27 days away. All right. So things are happening. But I think it's a good place to end this episode. A little shorter than usual. It's a little bit shorter than usual. Probably a lot shorter than usual. But getting the spring offensive started and having our first victory, I think is a good place to end this episode as we continue on. Hopefully the next episode we'll have a battle down here at Springfield. Or I keep saying New Madrid. So we should have a fight at Springfield and a fight at New Madrid for next episode. And possibly one at Lawrence. So it's still going to take the Indian Army a while to get up there. And they're already out of supplies. This is a supply drought area. So that's always a big issue operating out here. All right. So once again, if you're a new viewer, return viewer, you're not yet subscribed, please think about hitting that subscribe button. If you do, remember that bell icon so the next video comes out. If you like a brigade in one of my armies, please let me know in the comments below. Type of unit, state it's from, weapons, uniforms, officers, and I'll oblige you on all counts if possible. Once again, I am still waiting to recruit 2 units. That's the 58th Virginia, because there's just no Virginians left, and I'm waiting to also recruit a cavalry brigade out of Arkansas, because there's no Arkansans left. But I do have some North and South Carolinians and some Floridians available if anyone would like that. So just let me know in the comments below. I just ask that you be subscribed to the channel if you're going to request a unit. If you already have a unit, do not request a second one unless you're a channel member, and then we'll be, I'll decide if we have the availability to do that. So, as always, if you're following this series and enjoying it, don't forget to bayonet that like button, butt stroke that comment section, and I will see you all at the next episode. Stay grumpy.